What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. So, heavyweight champion Deontay Bomb Squad Wilder will be facing Artur Szpilka January 16th at the Barclays Center. We knew he was going to be at the Barclays Center. They showed you that on the Danny Jacobs Peter Quillen, but the opponent hadn't been confirmed. It is now confirmed. I wrote an article on my website, BOXINGEGO.com. Make sure you go there for the full write-up if you want to read all about it. Just want to give you guys a heads up. But Deontay Wilder, he's going to defend his WBC title that he got from beating Bermane Stiverne January 16th, Barclays Center. Again, it's against Artur Szpilka, who's 20-1, and he has 15 KOs. Definitely a game challenger. Szpilka, the fight, they said they were in negotiations, but then it looked like it was falling apart. It was similar to Timothy Bradley versus Brandon Rios. They said the fight was in talks, and then it looked like the negotiations broke up, and then we later got to see Timothy Bradley versus Brandon Rios. The negotiations picked back up. So, same situation. I didn't know if it was going to be Artur Szpilka, and they've decided that it is. Again, definitely game. He's been in there with Thomas Adamek, defeated him, and then his sole loss is to Bryant Jennings, actually, who stopped him in the 10th and final round. So, I mean, if you're going to lose to somebody, Bryant Jennings is not a bad person to lose to. And he nearly went the distance before getting stopped. So, definitely solid for just a stay busy fight. Now, I know a lot of people dislike Deontay Wilder or hate PBC, so they're going to say, oh, why didn't he fight this person or that person? Again, read this article, and it's all facts. The fact of the matter is, they initially wanted to fight Alexander Povetkin in January, but Team Povetkin said that in the watch fight, their last fight, Povetkin got some kind of cut, and he would not be ready to fight that early in January. So they pushed that fight. So that's not Wilder's fault. That's not Team Wilder's fault that Povetkin and his team are nursing an injury from their last fight, and they won't be ready. And he wants to stay busy, and he wants to stay active. So be it. You know what I mean? The game, I told, just like Amir Khan, I don't suggest anybody stall their career and wait for somebody to be ready to fight you, because before you know it, you burn 6 to 8 months and you still ain't fought nobody. You know what I mean? Waiting for someone. So Povetkin, that fight can still happen if Wilder retains his title in this particular fight. Another person that was in consideration is Glaskov. And the thing with Glaskov is not Wilder's fault also. Basically, long story short, Glaskov was in negotiations to fight. Wilder did an interview with ESPN. Says it's frustrating. They basically had a done deal and a verbal agreement to make this fight, Wilder versus Glaskov, who did he fight? Steve Cunningham not too long ago. And that they had basically a pact. And now the IBF stripped Tyson Fury of his belt for whatever reason, because he didn't promise to fight a mandatory. So they took the belt that he just got from beating Vladimir Klitschko, and now it's vacant. And their IBF basically said Glaskov can fight for the vacant belt. So he's like, man, why should I fight a 6'7" guy with all knockouts except for one fight when I could fight somebody else for a vacant belt? So they took the path of least resistance. So again, not Wilder's fault. So you guys got to do the fact checks and see what you're talking about. Because again, a lot of people just get mad. Oh, Wilder, why he's ducking? He ducked Anthony Joshua. No, Anthony Joshua is fighting this week against Dillian White. And we got to see how that looks. You know what I'm saying? And I talked to Eddie Hearn, and Eddie Hearn told me personally that the Wilder fight, some people think that Anthony Joshua is ready now and he can beat him. But he says himself that we have to brew that fight and let it marinate, because he's basically not ready yet. Anyway, Dillian White is a great fight for Anthony Joshua. Fights with Povetkin and Wilder, fights with Tyson Fury and Wilder, Wilder and like an Anthony Joshua. I mean, Bryant Jennings, Luis King Ortiz. There's a lot of action at heavyweight. There's a lot of ways. It's just going to have to come after January. So we'll see what January holds. If Wilder retains his title against Szpilka, Let me know what you guys think of this fight. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you like my video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.
Oh, speaking of Anthony Joshua, he's looking like a wrecking ball. He just destroyed Kevin Johnson. Rumor is Dillian White is an option. Is that something you guys are looking at? They have the amateur grudge?
Yeah, we were trying to make the Dillian White fight for September, but Dillian's got a small injury to his hand, and his trainer got hit in a hit and run, so he's got some things going on. We're now looking at November, December for that fight. Anthony Joshua, you're going to know a lot about him over here in the States soon. In my opinion, he's the most exciting heavyweight prospect, you know, in over a decade. He's 13 fights, 13 KOs, just KO'd Kevin Johnson for the first time in, in the second round, destroyed him, and now he needs to step up, And I like fights like Marius Wack. I like fights like, I mean, even Brian Jennings. I'd take that fight in a heartbeat for Anthony Joshua next. Tony Thompson, Steve Cunningham. He's ready for those guys now. He's ranked number 2 in the WBC, which is quite generous, but they see the potential, obviously. He's ranked top 15 in all the governing bodies, I think 6 in the WBO, and he's going to be the future heavyweight champion of the world. Many say he beats Deontay Wilder now. I think they're right, but it's not the right time. He's still learning, but probably Wilder's got, one voluntary and then a mandatory against Povetkin. If he gets through that, it won't be long till Anthony Joshua is the next mandatory for Deontay Wilder, and by then, it's going to be a great fight.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.